Hello guys, I'm up here in southern Idaho near Preston at the old Franklin sugar factory, and it's here behind me. So as you can clearly see, it's abandoned. I don't know how long it's been abandoned, but definitely has been for quite some time. It's really quite pretty in its decay. I know very little about this place, except what I can sort of ferret out by looking at bits of the machinery that remains. For example, that flywheel that's been mashed up there on the wall, you know, that's a flywheel that they would have used back in the 19-teens into the 1920s. As you can tell, it's a very popular spot for local graffiti artists. Well, now this is kind of interesting. Open turns 1 through 8, closed. Got interrupted by someone driving by. I didn't know if they were coming to chew me out or what. See, up there we've got, you know, a big sort of street light that was installed probably towards the end of the building's use. Let's have a peek deeper into the bowels of the building. So this was the county sugar factory that processed sugar beets grown locally into sugar. As far as when it was built, I'm not sure, but I think the fact that there are so many large windows means that it was built before a time when electricity was widely available. And the large windows, of course, means they could take advantage of a lot of natural light. Bunch of holes. Really is cool to see these old steel girders with, you know, the old rivets and bolts. Do a bit of adventuring inside the bowels. Vents. Lots of profanities on the wall. Yeah, it looks like a great place for local hoodlums to hang out. All this wood architecture. That hole makes me think that there might have been like a furnace or some heating stovepipe that went up through there. Look, there's two large holes in the concrete. Oh heavens. These steps are really worn out. Looking at the side buildings. Is there anything up there that might be worth checking out? There's more graffiti, I'm sure. Not particularly afraid of heights, but this does make me feel a bit wary. You can probably imagine what it would have been like to work in this factory. Probably would have been, I don't really know what it takes to make sugar from sugar beets, but I can imagine it probably takes quite a bit of heat. So in here it could have been really hot. Looks like animals. It's like raccoons, really. Raccoon footprints. Going up. The factory floor. You can see chains and cables still attached to the rafters. Roof, of course, was wood. Looks like up there you've got some, slats for ventilation. In a way, this acts like a, big barn. See up there, you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's some measuring sticks up against the wall, those white lines coming down. A lot of the concrete's just rotting away, falling away. You can see some of the board lines or the wood grain lines still in the concrete. Yeah. And right there, you can see a big steel plate of some kind. But it makes me wonder how many people would have worked here at the time. It probably was in operation for near 100 years. It looks like it's been, I don't know, I'd maybe give it 30, 40 years since the plant here shut down. But I don't know for sure. Maybe we'll find out based on electricity and things like that. Okay, let's see if we can make it down these stairs without, these are steep stairs. I certainly don't feel the sturdiest. Oh Lord. Okay. Know what was going on down here. Really, back in the day, these local towns, or these small towns, really relied on themselves and their own local production for producing a lot of what they needed. Some kind of roofed area. It's largely collapsed. Through there we can see the big old smokestack. Based on the brick of this building, here you can see this was built out of brick. Over here, a lot of this building was built out of concrete, just layered concrete. I wonder if this building was built a little bit later. Maybe a truck out there. That's interesting. I wonder what that would have been. Oh, it was a bell. You can see where on top there, the bell housing and that spring mechanism would have rung the bell. It's got the old stamp on it there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. McDonough Coal Saving Corporation. Looks like this side of the building was also built out of this layered concrete. And there on the walls above the windows you can see the old timey lamps, that you see in 1940s movies. What have we got here? Utah State University. Oh, I thought I was going to say something. I'd hoped anyway. Not too much going on in here. Do you have some sort of tracks or tracking in the floor? There's a tire up there. Have a peek in here. We're close enough to town. I'm a little bit worried about being surprised by somebody. Here we go. This is kind of interesting. I would bet that this is the old machine shop. And clues are we've got some flywheels there for turning lathes. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, there's one over there, 3, and 4. Look at this big one here. That's really neat. So we've been able to turn a number of different belts at the same time and power a few different machines. Looks like a big, I don't know, it looks like a saw blade, but it looks like this might have been one of the belts. The electrical. Cali to Croatia. That's a ways. Well, with the electrical, I would probably say this was abandoned in the 70s, maybe 80s. Another flywheel setup. Looks like we have some clamps or something over there. Look like cast iron of the kind that you'd see in the turn of the 20th century. Yeah, and I'm sure this is the machine shop. Probably would have had parts and tool. Well, here we go. Oh, we've got, it's like engine gaskets here. Header gaskets, filters, oil filters. Up there at the top of the shelf it says centrifugal pumps. Some more gaskets hanging there. Looks like there was some auto repair going on in here too. Whether that was happening during the life of the building or if it happened after, if this was, you know, somebody's temporary machine shop or auto shop, I don't know, it could be. Here's a view outside. With all the graffiti and stuff here, and I haven't been stopped or anything, it makes me wonder if it's just people knocking about here. It's just a common enough experience where nobody bothers. I think the only time people will bother is if and when somebody falls and gets hurt or something collapses, you know, basically when somebody gets hurt. Really cool shot. Franklin County Sugar Company. I really wonder what it would have looked like when it was in full functioning position. Well, that was the Franklin County / Amalgamated Sugar Company factory. And thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. See ya.